This is the Jack Murphy Podcast. Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
You know, some days you just wake up and you look better than other days, and looks like today's my day. Look at here, I just look good today. That's all I can say. I don't know how it happened, but I just look good. I'll tell you.
You're looking sporty, baby.
Well, big weekend. Should we get college football and Lane Kiffin and all that stuff out of the way right off the get-go?
I'm good with that.
All right. How did you feel about Friday's Georgia Tech game, first of all?
Like you and I discussed earlier in the week, probably wanted to see more points scored. But,
Exactly.
the thing was we found a niche. They were not going to stop our running game. So we just kept feeding it and feeding
Right.
it, feeding it. And
You know, my
it.
friend Kyle Beck, whose dad was an All-American at Georgia Tech, he's a big Tech fan, and so he always calls me and says, how terrible we are, and they're going to beat us and all that stuff, and
How'd that work out?
well, he just says we suck because we didn't score more points on his team. And now he's built him a little house down at Lake Weiss near Fort Payne, and he lives in Alabama. So when he's not pulling for Tech, he pulls for Alabama now.
Alabama. Oh,
So
yeah.
on Friday, he said, well, don't worry, Alabama will whoop y'all's ass later. Well, so I said, well, we'll see whether or not they will. Now, so if I understand it, you know better than I. We get 5 weeks off now. Is that right?
Well, no, we have to play Saturday.
Oh, I mean, the SEC championship. And then
Yeah.
we'll get how many weeks
Then
off?
we'll get like 4 weeks, I think.
4 weeks.
So if
And-
we win Saturday, we'll get a bye.
Right.
So
and
they'll
what
have
we
to be
play?
first round of the playoffs, and then we'll play after that. And the way it's looking now, if Virginia can win the ACC championship
Right.
in Charlotte, and your hometown there, well,
Right.
I would say hometown, but
Where I'm forced
They-
to live.
yeah, they play. They'll play Texas Tech, and then we will play the winner of that.
Is there a less exciting conference than the ACC?
It's pitiful. And you know what?
I mean,
South
some of these teams,
South
some of these-
Carolina needs to be in it.
yeah, some of
They're
these teams,
embarrassing.
some of these teams have lost 6-7 games, and they're in the hunt. And South Carolina, they're like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of college football.
They almost beat Texas A&M
Mhm.
the week before, and then they come out and lose to Clemson. Like, Clemson's worst year they've had in I don't know how long.
All right, so what's the line against Alabama? Do you know? Have you seen anything?
Right
I know
now
you're
it's
big. I
1.5.
know you're big in the sports betting world. What you got on that?
Right now it's 1.5.
1.5. We'll keep a close eye on that in case it changes. Let me know. Now, I noticed something, and I don't want to make accusations about anybody, but what was that guy that was the coach at Tennessee for a little while? Butch.
Yeah.
What was it? He was coach at Cincinnati,
Yeah.
and then he was the one that kicked Travis Kelce off the team.
Yeah.
Shows you how smart he is. But he was the coach at
Was
Tennessee.
it Butch Jones?
Butch Jones, maybe. But
Yeah.
he always looked like he had a hangover.
He looked like Sergeant Carter.
Yeah, but he always looked like he had a hangover. His face was always red and his eyes were always puffy. I've noticed that Kalen DeBoer's starting to look like that a little bit.
Do you think
Go
there's
back
any
and look.
stress involved?
Go back and look at Saturday's game and him on the sidelines and see if he
Oh,
don't
I
look
know.
like he just woke up from a bad drunk the night before.
Well, they had to win. I mean, that's a lot of stress.
No,
Well, how about my buddy Hugh? I mean, those last few games, man, even Missy said to me, he doesn't look good.
yeah, it's unbelievable pressure, and it gets it gets really ugly. There's a guy that I worked with years ago in New York. He was our chief engineer, real smart guy named Frank Fotai, and Frank ran a technology company after that. But he was he's from Cleveland, Ohio, and he's a gigantic Ohio State fan. Browns fan, hates the ownership of the Browns and everything. But this guy was like rabid. Like, we had a station softball team, and he would get in fights at the radio station, one of those kind of guys,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
having
I
a
know.
Bondo around all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But he posted videos of himself over the weekend going through a department store, turning the Michigan T-shirts around so you couldn't see what was on front of them and stuff like that. But I saw a video of Lane Kiffin. Now, I don't know who to believe, but I watched some stuff over the weekend with Paul Feinbaum, and Paul Feinbaum was on 2 or 3 different podcasts where they were talking about Lane Kiffin, and Paul had nothing but good things to say about Lane Kiffin up until this weekend. And he said, look, I think it's going to come down to, does he think he can recruit better players and win a national championship at LSU? It's not necessarily about the money. I think he's a different person than he used to be and all this and all. Well, now he's saying he thinks it's one of the most mishandled leaving a job in the history of college sports.
Well, it's all because of, they shouldn't let it happen. Of course, the university did not want him representing them if he was leaving to go to LSU, which I don't have a problem with.
Yeah. Well, I don't look. I kind of do. I think that's.
I think about the players.
Yeah, they're his players. He's coached them. Why not let them finish what they started?
But
it's
the
not like
university
he's
didn't want it.
Huh?
The university didn't want it.
They never want it. They always, they never let the coach go on to the bowl game or the playoff game or whatever. I don't understand that. But so he makes the announcement. They're going to make a change, and then they show. And if I were him, if I were Lane Kiffin, when LSU called me, about the getting on the jet to come over, I'd have said, look here, don't pick me up at the local airport. I'm going to drive about 40 miles outside of town. There's a little 3,000-foot strip. Y'all pick me up out there. Because there was a crowd at the airport, and they were like,
they were heckling the hell out of him.
Oh, my. It was like when he left Tennessee.
Tennessee at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Which I still don't understand what happened at Tennessee. I wasn't following it that closely. Why did he leave Tennessee so quickly?
Because USC threw a bunch of money at him, and he
is that what it was?
Heck with it. Let's go. This town's a shithole town. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what, it got ugly. They were cursing. They were saying naughty words, cursing and flipping him off with that finger.
You ought not to cuss like that.
Not to, but they were calling him very bad and accusing him of homosexuality on the way to the airport.
One word?
No, they used several different words to describe him. One started with an F, one started with an H, and then the G word they were throwing at him too. So they hate him after all he's done. That's the sad part to me. After all he's accomplished for Mississippi football, suddenly they're going to hate him.
Well, that's just the way it is. Yesterday's hero, today's zero.
All right. So I'm going to get some predictions from Cousin Daniel here. By the way, you haven't seen this yet, but our friend John Carter, that does a lot of the video production here on the Jack Murphy podcast, he said, whenever you have your Cousin Daniel on, I think he needs his own intro when he's going to be on the podcast. So I want you to see if you like this intro he made for you.
This is the Jack Murphy Podcast.
With special guest co-host Cousin Daniel from down yonder in Georgia.
Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
I told him I didn't think you were going to like that very much. I didn't think you'd like that at all. But all right, so let's get some predictions. Alabama's probably going to be a tough game, but I think that Kirby is a better coach than Kalen, and I think we're a different team than we were early in the season. Do you agree?
I agree.
And I think we're going to win that game by 10 points is my prediction. What about you?
I could see that.
And then after that, we go to the college football playoff, and we don't know at this point exactly what we're going to get. So
you're gonna get Texas Tech and the winner of the ACC.
Yeah,
whoever wins that game.
Assuming we do everything right and we get there, we're going to play Ohio State
sooner or later.
And that's the question. Can we beat Ohio State? And I'm going to have to say I don't think we can.
Well, we still don't know how good they are. I mean, they got to play Indiana this weekend, which is going to make a lot of.
We will learn a lot.
It's going to determine a lot
good.
this weekend.
Indiana's really good.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that either. So I mean, they haven't played anyone either. So
I just did an audition for ESPN this morning for a voiceover for the Big 12 championship game, and they made it sound like it's the biggest game in the whole. Two people came riding in for the champ, it was a cowboy style thing, and it's BYU and Texas Tech. I went, come on. Ohio State, I don't know. Their defense is awfully good.
They're good. I'm not going to say they're not a good football team or anything,
but if you had to say right now, do you think we can beat Ohio State?
I think we can play with them. I don't know.
I think we can play with them, but can we beat them?
If everything will fall our way and we get some breaks here and there, I think we could end up beating them. But
all right,
if you're like Alabama, who gets every break in the world, then. Yeah, I say we beat them.
Did you see the Carolina Panthers beat the Rams yesterday?
Rams. Yeah, I was upset about that. I'm a Stafford man.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game, and Panthers got some breaks, and they gambled, and the gambles paid off 2 times. They turned, what could have just been first downs into touchdowns 2 times. They did well, and Bryce Young's starting to look pretty good. He's getting he broke Cam Newton's passing record a couple of weeks ago. Do you know that?
I think so. Yeah.
He broke Cam Newton's single game passing record, and we still lost the game.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're getting better.
Right here you have an American socket. Canadian American.
Oh, but here you have a Chinese socket. Oh, so good.
I got up really early Thanksgiving morning, and I went for my walk in the woods.
You went for your walk, yeah.
And I'm at a place, Daniel, called the McDowell Nature Center. And it's like 1,500 acres. It's wooded, and it's right on the North Carolina-South Carolina state line on Lake Wiley. And most of it, and it's very hilly up and down. It's a workout. But there's a section of it that goes down by the lake, and when you first go down there, you're in basically a swamp. Like, there's grass and stuff, but you can see the water out there. And starting in about September and pretty much through the winter, there's ducks everywhere in this nature preserve. Well, Thanksgiving morning, I got the 3 dogs, and I tie the dogs to my belt. Because what happens is when you walk a lot like that, you learn you're going to fall down. You're going to hit a root, trip on a root or trip over a
root.
You're going to fall, so you want to have your hands free to catch yourself. So I have my little dog attached to the waist and the 2 other dogs, and I'm walking along, and I come around the curve, and there's the swamp with all the ducks, and it's like I walked into a freaking episode of Duck Dynasty. There's 2 rednecks who have pulled their little John boat in there and beached it at the Nature Center, and they're wearing full camo, and right as I came around the corner with the 3 dogs, boom, boom, they start unloading on these ducks at the Nature Center, Nature Preserve. First of all, they're in the city limits.
Which I'm sure is protected.
It's illegal to fire a firearm inside the city limits. They're in a nature preserve where there's no hunting allowed. It's a holiday, Thanksgiving. I mean, I guess they thought they could get away with it because it was Thanksgiving. Anyway, my little dog, it scares her so bad, she takes off running and broke her leash.
Oh, my gosh.
So here I am now. I'm chasing this little dog through the woods, and you know how they are. She's barking like crazy because she's terrified. And I haven't ran a mile in a long time, and I ran about a mile, and she wouldn't even slow. So finally, I just had to stop, and I sat down, and I just waited, and she came back to me. And I was able to tie the leash back. Anyway, and I went by those two guys there and said, "You assholes, scared my dog and shot. This is a nature preserve." I called 911 and reported them. And I told them exactly what happened. So I keep on walking, and my phone rings a few minutes later, and it's the 911 operator. And she said, "Sir, did you just call in about the people shooting guns at the nature center?" And I went, "Yes." She said, "Well, officers are there now, and they can't locate the suspects." And I said, "Well, I'm sure they got on their boat and left after I hollered at them and cussed at them." And she goes, "There was a boat?" And I said, "Yes, I told you that. You've got my voice recorded." But it was crazy.
It's crazy.
All over killing some ducks. Can you believe it?
Well, those guys that got turned in, I just want to let y'all know I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, it was me. I'm happy to say it because
I'm just on the phone.
there's hundreds of miles of shoreline on that lake where it's not a nature center, where there aren't houses, there aren't people walking. It's just inconsiderate. That's all.
That's just stupid. And they up here, the deer hunters are crazy. I mean,
yeah.
they're like, you drive down the road, they're sitting on the side of the road.
Yeah. You know what they do
It's
up
like
here?
they're running their dogs. And
see, we don't have dog hunting here. A lot of states
up here
don't have,
they run dogs.
We don't have dog hunting here, but I'll tell you what they do here. They have really good deer decoys now. The game and fish people do. I mean, they have some that look just like 2 or 3 deer standing by the road. And what they put them out there in the field, and they've even got them now. The little heads go up and down, and it's against the law to hunt from the road in North Carolina.
Yeah,
and so
it is everywhere, I believe. The
game warden they'll hide over there in the woods a little bit, and I have that deer out there going up and down. And these rednecks, they just can't resist it.
Yeah.
They'll stop and get that rifle. "I'm going to kill him, Bob."
Hey, honey,
hands up, drop your gun.
My rifle. Here, hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah, and they get a big ticket and a fine, and I guess you lose your hunting license. I don't know, but
well, you should. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
just
should.
hunt like I used to when I was growing up. You go to the woods, you find your spot, you sit down, you wait, you don't see anything, you leave.
That's right. That's exactly the way I did it. I did it about 10 times. I go out in the woods, had no clue what I was doing because my dad wasn't a hunter. Go out in the woods with my 8mm Mauser, whatever I had, I bought at the pawn shop. Go out there, sit down at the base of a tree, freeze your butt off for 2 or 3 hours, see nothing, and then come home.
Yeah.
And
then we go right back out there before it got dark.
No, I wouldn't do that. Now I'd go.
We did that too.
Now I like to go duck hunting and dove hunting and quail hunting, but the deer hunting I never had any luck.
Yeah. Well, I wish they would make it a little bit better up here so that they could kill a lot more deer because they're terrible.
Oh, we have them here. It's crazy.
So bad.
Well, this nature center that I'm talking about,
without coming up on several,
At this nature center, there's a 2-lane divided 4 lanes divided highway right there, and there's always 2 or 3 dead deer laying out in front of the nature center, and they close in November. They have on a Monday and Tuesday 2 times, once in November, once in December. They close the park and the campground down completely, and I guess they have a drawing for it or something. I don't know. But they let hunters come in there and kill deer for 2 days. And I still see a deer almost every day when I'm in there.
Yeah.
Let's move to our videos today, Daniel. We've got some really good ones today.
Good.
Now, I got a video of this is from, I believe it, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's from Scotland. And, there's a lot of this now, these protests in Europe where you go, I saw one where they're having a billiards tournament, a snooker tournament. You know what snooker is, right? And they went in there and jumped up on the snooker table and dumped out red powder, orange powder all over the pool table. And I went, what kind of protest is that? Why, are you against snooker? Had nothing to do with snooker. They're protesting fossil fuels. And I went, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Well, another one over the weekend. Now they're going to art galleries. And they'll go to places where there's Christmas, and they'll spray them, paint them with red paint to protest fossil fuels. But this was a college student, and she's going to throw a bucket of paint on a window, and there's Christmas decorations in there, and it's a protest against fossil fuels. But they're going to put the camera on her face. What's going to be the first thing you notice?
Her purple hair, maybe.
That's a good guess. That's an excellent guess. That would probably be number 2. No, it's going to be all the nose metal.
Oh.
All the stuff she's got stuck in her face. Look at this.
Why are you doing this? I'm 22 and I'm a student at the university.
Why are you doing this? I'm 22. I'm a student at the tune. Why are you doing it? And she's bad at it. Do you see? She got more paint on herself than she did the window.
She's going to have to throw that dress out, I believe.
Let's look at that again, that nose ring.
Why are you doing this? I'm 22 and I'm a student at the university.
It looks like some sort of aboriginal.
That's what I was thinking. Some kind of African tribe or something.
And but it's just so performative. So you throw some paint on the window. What does that do? Nothing.
Hey, she's making a statement.
It does absolutely nothing.
I'm going to UCLA because my wife went to UCLA Med School. Shout out, Tran. You completely hoe. That's her last name. That's her last name. Relax, ESPN. How dare you?
Great pick. UCLA. Great pick. I didn't top that.
Did he say what I think? Did he say on the back end there?
It's her last name. It's her least a given name, guys. Relax. Everyone calm down.
I'm sorry.
Daniel, how long have you and Missy been married now? How many years? Can you even remember?
43, I think.
43. Well, I know, in marriages, you have your ups and your downs. You have your good times and you have your bad times. And you have to do, like I know you finally turned loose of some of that money that you made at the bank and let Missy remodel the house over there. And I know that made her real happy and everything. But sometimes you got to, bring in some new exciting stuff into your marriage to spice things up a little bit. Go on a trip or, get some fancy underwear for her.
Eating britches.
Well, whatever it takes. But this couple, I think they're really on to something. And I think if you could probably go on Amazon and order one of these kits and just, why don't you surprise Missy with this? Because I think it's something that y'all would really get into.
36-year-old Trina and her husband Mike are addicted to coffee enemas. They're so dependent on the euphoric feeling, Mike and Trina even argue over who gets the first coffee enema of the day.
I wanted to go first this morning.
What difference does
You
it
could
make?
have asked.
You snooze, you lose.
But Mike's mother is worried that coffee enemas are dangerous and wants to make them realize how serious their addiction is.
I have a couple things, personal things I'd like to talk to you guys about.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
Well, you know, I have real concerns. I have concerns for your health, and I have concerns about the caffeine.
That's ridiculous. It's not just about the caffeine. It's about...
I'm going to say, let me just say this. When Daniel, after you order the kit and you get it and you do it, don't tell any of your other family members. Just keep that between y'all.
Detoxing your liver.
So how many times are you doing this a day? Because we never talked about that.
I'm doing it about 2 or 3 times a day.
Is that the equivalent of 2 or 3 cups of coffee?
Oh, it's not even comparable. It's going directly into your bloodstream once it enters your colon. So it's not even comparable to what coffee does when you drink it.
But if you drink a cup of coffee,
well, and you're getting it delivered in a different way.
It's going to be much quicker, much more intense, and much longer lasting. In fact,
to me, you're getting a bigger caffeine jolt that you're getting.
But you're getting a jolt. What we're getting is not an energy jolt. We're getting a jump start for all of our organs to actually function.
It makes you feel better and have more
There you
energy, and it detoxes your body, and it has health benefits.
See that? Health benefits, detoxes your body. Just go on Amazon. I bet you can find one.
Oh, Lord. What?
And it'll be great.
Well, didn't they used to have something, what was it called? Colonic or colonic? Colonic, yeah.
Colonic, yeah. That was a clean out thing. This is a whole different thing. This is coffee. It's called Starbutts.
What if you can do it in the drive-thru at Starbucks?
Probably. That might be a good business idea.
Join me at Donald Trump's House of Wings. Trump, you know our wings will make you happy. Trumpy, you know our wings will fill you up. Trump, if you want a place with awesome chicken wings, yeah, Donald Trump's House of Wings.
All right, over the weekend, Riley Green, the country star Riley Green, you familiar with his stuff?
I know who he is, but I don't
me too. I'm not familiar with his music. He played a show in Auburn, Alabama before the Iron Bowl. And he let Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, come up on stage and talk. And, Charles, he's always entertaining.
Hey, I just want to say this. I made the best decision of my life to come to Auburn. Hey, I did. I made the best decision of my life to come to Auburn. And listen, let's have fun with Riley Green. But I'm going to finish with this. Fuck Alabama.
He's using naughty language up on stage. Did an F Alabama. He's like those Mississippi fans.
Oh, I tell you.
Charles might have had something to drink before he went up there.
He may have. I think he was tailgating a little bit too hard.
He might have been doing something a little bit. I
was choking on a banana a couple of years ago. Remember I told you? I kid you not. Captain Awesome saved my life. Seriously.
All right.
I saw something today, I don't know if it's this way up in Lynchburg and Appomattox, but we've got about 3 radio stations. When you get in the car, I have to punch it 4 or 5 times to get away from the Christmas music. That's all they play is they're the official. We have like 3 official Christmas stations. We have a country Christmas station, a Christmas station, and an oldies Christmas station. But Mariah Carey, and I gotta tell you, you got a phone call.
My neighbor. Good gosh.
End it so you can restart.
It's ended.
What should I do?
This guy calls me like every day.
All right, now you're recording. Here we go. So I don't even, this is not even in my top 10 Christmas songs. I go for the old stuff. Like the most contemporary Christmas song I like is probably Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney, or Last Christmas by Wham, or something like that. I'm not into the new. You like some of the new Christmas stuff?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't listen to it.
Well, Mariah Carey has the most purchased, and I think it's even past Bing Crosby's White Christmas, which was number one forever. But it's the number one Christmas song of all time. And according to The Economist, every single year since that song came out, Mariah Carey rakes in almost $3 million from that one song. All I Want from Christmas Is You.
Wow.
Every year, year in and year out.
Crazy.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. It's pretty good side job there. Supplement.
Yeah, that doesn't, and she's recorded, hundreds of songs, and she's had probably 30 number one songs. So I don't know how much money she makes off those, but
that's a lot
from that one song.
That's crazy.
Almost $3 million. That is crazy.
These buckets are filled with grapes. What kind of grapes?
These are filled with Chamberston grapes, and the winner this Saturday, who's studying music, eating international foods, having wine tours and tastings, vineyard tours, seminars, arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop. Oh, stop. Oh, I can't. Oh, stop. I can't breathe. Stop.
Oh,
boy,
dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No,
there.
I think she is.
Yeah, she's
Ouch.
hurt. She took a hard fall off there. Boy,
Okay.
gosh, I hope she's okay.
Okay, we're going to make sure she is.
We'll try and
That's
check
the
on
thing.
her and get back
All
to you
right.
as soon as we can.
We'll be back right after this.
There's another thing I was going to mention that you and Missy might want to look into after you have your coffee enemas. They got a new thing, Daniel. They're and this is another way to spice it up a little bit. Work on that relationship. This is a nude cruise you can go on. These nude cruises are apparently booming. There's a travel company called Bare Necessities, and they do long cruises in the Caribbean. They've been doing it since 1991, but apparently they've gotten really, really popular. And you get on the cruise, you do your muster with your life jacket and all that, and then after that, it's clothing optional the rest of the week. You play shuffleboard, walk around the ship in the nude.
I'm sorry.
Go into the buffet nude.
You mean clothing is not required?
No. They only have one rule. They only have one rule.
I don't know if I could eat with a bunch of naked people.
I just couldn't do it.
There's no way.
It takes a special kind of messed up person to want to walk around nude.
Remember the Seinfeld episode where the girl he was dating was always nude? He was like, it's not real sexy. Well,
Yeah.
she's like sweeping the floor and dusting up the dirt off the floor in the dustpan. It's not real sexy. That squatting and...
The only rule that they have on the nude cruise is that if you're a man and, you're looking around and you get, excited, you have to go to your cabin until it's over. You can't walk around like that. They won't, they don't like that.
Strap it to the leg.
I couldn't get the, sometimes, these, websites that I go to where these stories are, if I try to download the photos, they're encoded. You can't. So I'll show you. Here they are playing shuffleboard on the ship. It's just not for me.
Good form.
It's not excellent form, but it is not for me. That's for sure.
You're going to do a spoken word for us now, right?
Right.
And tell us what we're about to hear.
It's just a freestyle.
Okay.
I'm just going to think it up as I go.
Freestyle. Well, let me sit back. Go ahead, Marshall.
Okay. Years ago, they tried to put me in the, this is live.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to try to read something from your book?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Daniel, you have a daughter and you've got granddaughters, and a lot of your friends have daughters and granddaughters. Now, have you heard any talk about this new movie, Wicked?
I've seen some parts of the advertisement of it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got a lot of probably liberal
themes and running through it. Well,
I would imagine it does.
It is. I'd heard Wicked and Ariana Grande, and I don't know the African American actress's name.
Bald-headed.
I'd never heard. Yeah, the bald headed. I'd never heard of her before, but there was a huge buildup on this thing. But my daughter and one of her friends went and saw it at the theater. And after I started reading about it, and I didn't even know this, but it's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It's a story about how the Wicked Witch of the West came into being, is what the story's all about. But I was out walking or something the other day and came in, and we had some visitors here at the house for Thanksgiving. And I came in, and from everything I'd read, I started to think this movie was kind of evil.
Yeah.
Kind of evil, like an evil movie. And I came in, and they had rented it and were watching it. And I sat down there and watched about 40. Well, first of all, the movie's about 2 hours too long. It seems like it was one of the longest movies in history. And it just got weirder and weirder and stranger and stranger. But the weird thing, have you seen any of the interviews with Ariana Grande and that African-American girl she co-stars with?
Well, I don't know if I've seen the interviews, but I saw where the crazed fan was trying to get a picture made or whatever. Did you see that?
No, but
where he came running out there and grabbed her around the neck, around the shoulder, whatever, and the bald-headed girl was protecting her and everything. But I did see that, but I haven't seen any of the.
Well, I tried to tell these people that were watching the movie that I had just read that Ariana Grande and this girl were in a relationship, and they, that's not true. And it is. They've announced that they're in some sort of a. I didn't even understand it. It was one of those LGBTQPYZ.
She's a lot older, though, isn't she?
They're in a non-binary, non-polyamorous, some kind of thing. But they've been doing these interviews, and they're the cringiest things you've ever seen in your life. Like a normal reporter will be there, and they'll say, "Oh, I've seen the movie. It is delightful, all the scenes and everything." And they're totally either ignoring them and just touching each other. And I saw one where there was a helicopter flying over, and the black girl got really upset because the helicopter was flying over, and Ariana Grande was crying and comforting her. I was like, really? But they're just, they're strange.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I'm a person, and I feel, and I have feelings, and I can share them.
Mm-hmm. And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
Yeah. And someone said to me once that the green was the thing that I would love the most about Alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green... Yeah.
Wait a minute. There it is down at the bottom. We're in a non-demi-curious, Binary relationship. You went to college. What does that mean?
I think it's like, you don't, it's like the singer for the Smiths said that he wasn't gay or straight.
You can't make up your mind.
So I don't know. You
Make
don't
up
like,
your mind. Pick a team.
you know.
And but look, in every one of these interviews, they can't stop touching each other. It's like they're out in a war zone or something, being interrogated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Did she
both of
shave
them,
her head too?
they were both already super skinny, and it looks like they both lost 30 pounds to make this movie.
Yes, I loved playing this character, but every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more. So I've come away feeling really beautiful.
You f***ing are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God.
You know?
She expresses herself about like Kamala does.
They're just too weird, too strange for me.
Doesn't make any sense.
they're just too strange for me. I can't.
But was Ariana, did she have her head like almost shaved?
No, she had her hair pulled back, I think.
Oh.
Although, now that you say that, yesterday I saw another video, and I think she has shaved her head. I think
Wow.
she went full Britney Spears. We all know how crazy she is.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
Now, did you happen to see, I didn't see it, the other night, I guess I haven't watched 60 Minutes in so long, but they had a story on 60 Minutes the other night. It was pretty interesting. And they've been doing some research
on
on
right after the game, right?
Huh?
Right after the ball game.
I think it's on Sunday night, like it's
Yeah, it came on right after the game.
But anyway, they have they've been doing some research because you know how people talk about they have gaydar, that you can look at somebody talking to them and you go, that person's gay. They're obviously gay.
I'm
and
pretty
people
good
go, how dare you judge that? Well, I'm just sorry. I kind of picked up a gay vibe. Well, now they've actually done some research. Turns out we were right the whole time. And so there was this professor was trying to explain to, I think it was Leslie Stahl or one of those, about, I haven't seen it, but they would they would kind of cover up the person, as I understand it, play the voice, and she would decide if they were gay or straight. And anyway, let's look at the video here.
They also studied the way gay and straight people talk.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Would you like to have a drink?
Sounds straight to me.
And he is straight.
Well, hello to all you beautiful people out there in podcasting land. Jack Murphy here from the Jack Murphy Podcast.
Gay.
That's not right.
What is going on?
It's not right to call me gay. That John Carter did that. That's not nice. Anything exciting happened to your Thanksgiving?
No. Just every time people come down from Detroit, others get sick. Like my father-in-law caught some kind of weird something over the last few days.
We had that, my daughter, one minute she's fine, and the next minute she disappeared, and I said, where's Ashley? And she's got explosive diarrhea. She's in the bathroom. It's norovirus or something. And nobody else got it. Went through their family. Both their kids had it, and my son-in-law had it. And then I was just glad it wasn't from the food, because I cooked most of the food, but nobody else got it.
Probably that old stuffing you make.
That stuffing was so good. In fact,
if you'd make dressing instead of stuffing, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
I don't like that old dried out dressing sage stuff.
You got to know how to make it.
By the way, today, in case you're wondering, today's the last day. if you've had leftovers from Thanksgiving in the fridge, do not eat them after, today. I mean, really shouldn't even eat them today. You've stretched it out. I mean, I know nobody likes to throw away food, but I'll tell you, I ate the last deviled egg yesterday. And let me tell you, it made some noxious.
I don't know how you made it through the walk.
That was a mistake. I'll tell you that. I shouldn't have. There was one left, and it was on a plate under saran wrap in the fridge. And I thought, I need to wash that plate. Hey, I can't throw that egg away. I popped her in there, and a few minutes later, I said, I shouldn't have eaten that egg. And
it smelled like industrial type.
And then I had a little bit of turkey left.
Chemical fire or something?
I had a little bit of turkey left. I chopped that up and mixed it with the dog food. So I figured that's best not
So you're going to
eat.
make them sick.
Yeah. And then I've got, we had a ham too. We had so many people. We had a turkey and a ham. And I did save the center part of the ham. I'm making some pinto beans later. I'm going to put that
There you go.
Put that in the crock pot with the pinto.
Put that ham hock in there.
That'll be good. All right. Well, listen, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to the Jack Murphy Podcast. Get you a YouTube account. It's free. Subscribe, like the video. But we are available all over Rumble, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. We're available everywhere. And I usually post a link on social media. Tell some friends about the Jack Murphy Podcast. And I hope all of you have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow here on the Jack Murphy Podcast.
Thanks for watching the Jack Murphy Podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Go ahead, ring it. Get alerts when a new episode drops, and tell your friends about the Jack Murphy Podcast. But only the cool friends, please. Tune in next time for another episode of the Jack Murphy Podcast.